everyone, this is Danielle from StarsMoonandSun.com, and today I wanted to give you your reading for the new moon coming up in the bold, dynamic, creative sign of Aries. So we've just kicked off an astrological new year, right? Aries is the beginning. It's the first sign. It's the first house. It's really the baby of the zodiac in terms of evolution. It represents the first house, the identity. It rules the head, Aries. Aries is the beginning of life. Aries is a sign known for its impulsive action. It's a sign that's self-oriented. Aries hasn't quite developed relating to others like Libra or taking others into consideration. So Aries energy is really best for you to harness what you desire, what your goals are, what your intentions are. Be selfish. How many times are we considering the needs of other people, right? And this is really not that time. No shade, no worries. It's not the time. There's other times, that we need to prioritize other people's needs. This is all about you, what you want to see manifest, what you want to see reach fruition. So this is the spark. I know that Venus is still retrograde. I don't want to give that any attention. I don't want to even think about it. I want you to be bold. This is the day for you to make the first steps towards launching a business. This is the day for you to kick the bad habits you've been holding. This is the day to join the gym. This is the day to go someplace you've never been, on vacation, go to a new restaurant, try new things. This is the day to really, this new moon rather, is really the time period of getting in touch with you, and really it's the initiation. It's the beginning, it's the start, it's the breath, it's the spark. This is where we start fresh, right? Spring equinox. We've endured winter, and now we're ready to sprout from a cold ground into the beautiful beings that we are. So new moon. So the first message I got from Spirit was make waves. Not the time to play small. It's not the time to bow down, right? It's the time for being enterprising, being bold. I'll just read the back of the card. It's your turn to make a splash and rock a few creaky boats. Don't be afraid to get wet. You may fail, you may look foolish, or you may make people think in a new way. Every great trailblazer and change maker made waves. You are no different. Trailblazer, this is the key word, one of Aries' key words. It's the trailblazer. It's the warrior. This is the time to make waves, not the time to play small. Not the time to wonder what your family's going to think. It's the time to be enterprising. Be a trailblazer, make waves. The opening message from Tarot, this was a very interesting set of cards, honestly, that I pulled. I was like, all right, let's go with it. When Spirit's talking, you can't really second guess it. You just have to go with it. So we got the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is the Lord of Disappointment. Anytime you see this in the reading, it's awful, right? So Venus is retrograde. I don't want that to inhibit you from making plans, but this is the card of disappointment in love. Cups being associated with emotions. 5 rules instability. 5 is the number of change. And yes, our relationships have changed. Our ideas on love perhaps have changed. Perhaps our relationships with others have changed. Perhaps we've seen some disappointment. Things didn't go as we planned. And yes, we may have suffered defeat. We may have been brokenhearted. We may have nursed some wounds recently. And we may continue to do that, right? That's the message. So maybe disappointment is a part of life. I think Abraham Hicks says disappointment is taking score too soon. You don't have all the key factors. You don't know all the components of what's happening in your life. So something that looks disappointing today may be a godsend, 5 years from now, 5 weeks from now, 5 days from now. You really can't gauge disappointment because a lot of times things are for your highest and greatest good. Every time lately that I feel sad or disappointed, or emotionally let down, I say to myself, everything that happens for my highest good. I don't even entertain it. So there's an opening message here that has to do with disappointment in relationships, disappointment in other people. Perhaps they don't live up to our expectations. I would say just know disappointment is taking score too soon. Don't feed into your disappointments. And this card, it's not depicted here, but usually this card has some spilt cups and some cups that are still standing. And it's really about focusing on what's still working for you, what is still happening that's positive for you. And remember, every disappointment could be a blessing in disguise. Rejection is redirection, right? Rejection is protection sometimes. What to release this new moon? I got the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is cutting through bullshit. It's the card of mental clarity. So we just coming out of Pisces season with this new moon. We've been confused. We've been swimming in circles. We didn't know which end was up. You need to release that. Release the confusion. You have clarity now. Embrace it. Recently I had some eye issues, and when you have eye issues, they say that you're not seeing things clearly. So one of my affirmations has been, I see clearly. Boop, I see clearly. I have clarity. I possess clarity. And that's what the Ace of Swords is about. So release your confusion, release the muddled thinking, and embrace clarity. Embrace mental clarity. What to release? Three of Cups. Now, Three of Cups is the card of celebration. It can be the card of going out with friends. It can be the card of partying. In a negative connotation, it sometimes can be excess, right? We're partying, we're having sex, we're all over the place, right? So in the negative connotation, this sort of could be a card of debauchery. That's a little bit too strong of a word, but an excess. This also can be a card of, the way I see it in this reading, of needing a group of people, needing other people to co-sign on your life. And this is an Aries new moon. And Aries new moon isn't about other people. It's about getting in touch with yourself, your identity, what you want. So here, this is, to me, releasing the need to have co-signers, releasing the need to do things in groups. Sometimes you have to venture out on your own. A lot of times you have to be bold. A lot of times you have to walk away from the crowd, because those that follow the crowd only end up with the crowd, right? And you want to be a trailblazer. So to me, this card, it also can be, of course, releasing over drinking, overeating, and just excess energy. Over drinking, we're leaving Pisces season behind, right? What to embrace? Six of Cups. Got a lot of cups here. Six of Cups is the past, right? It's a card of nostalgia. We can choose to be defeated by our past or empowered by it. And we can say to ourselves, I embrace the past. I embrace everything that has brought me to this moment, right? The good, the bad, everything that's happened has shaped you for the greater whole. Everything that has happened made you who you are today. Everything that has happened has taught you to become the person you are. So we cannot hate the experiences that have shaped us. This often has to do with romantic relationships. Six of Cups relates to the past. It has to do with Sun and Scorpio. This card is associated with Sun and Scorpio. And it says, I find it to correspond with soulmate relationships. So embracing the relationships, even the ones perhaps that we let go, even the ones that didn't go off the ground, and embracing them with an open heart, right? There's usually two children in this card sharing a moment, and they're giving each other flowers, and there's just love between them. There is no future in the Six of Cups. It usually speaks of the past. It's a testament to the past. To me, this is, look at your past through loving eyes. Look at your past through a beautiful veneer. Right? It happened, it shaped you, and let it go with love. Let all of these relationships go, with the Aries indicating that you need self-interest and some disappointments along the way with the Venus retrograde. So Six of Cups to me is embracing with love, even the things that didn't work out, right? People are either on our evolutionary track or they're not. They either see it or they don't, and it's not personal. It's really never personal. We have to remind ourselves that all the time when it comes to things that don't work out, especially when it comes to other people, that they're either in alignment with us or they're not. And we need to focus on finding those that are in alignment, or getting in alignment with ourselves, so that we can find those that are aligned with us, and to let go of the past with a loving heart. What to embrace? Page of Cups. Page of Cups, yes, it's the date. It's the initiation of love, but it's also creativity. Page of Cups is a fashion person. Page of Cups is somebody that's working on a creative project. So pull out all those creative projects you have thrown away, stored away, whether they're art, whether they're old ideas about acting, whether it's a book, a novel you have half written. Page of Cups really speaks of getting in touch with our creative energy. Aries is creative. Aries is bold. Aries sometimes, more often than not, has trouble finishing things. But this is a message Page is always a message to get to work on your creative pursuits. Let's go. No better time. The closing message, ouch, Seven of Swords. Now let me tell you, you never want to see Seven of Swords in a love reading. Never, 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 never. It's the cheat. It's the man that's sneaking away. It's the woman that leaves in the middle of the night. It's the person that's not upfront. It's a shady character. However, in this reading with the closing message, with this Aries new moon, this is the sign of self-orientation, of taking care of yourself. To me, the Seven of Swords here indicates to take care of yourself. Do what you have to do. Do what you have to do to take care of yourself. You have to make yourself a priority. You don't have to be sneaky about it, of course. You don't have to be nasty about it, but make yourself a priority. We've made everybody else a priority. This month, let's make ourselves a priority. Happy new moon in Aries. I will be back to giving astrology readings. I will actually be introducing Skype readings. I will also be offering to teach you astrology via Skype readings. You can book a consultation with me on my Etsy shop at StarsMoonandSun1. Happy new moon.